Still don't believe in free martins. You're going to have to do better than that. But if that's the case, Agent, what a world we live in, right? If that's the case. Right, let's go back up this list. Who else did you ask for? Katie Holmes, that's a good one. Rick Astley. Let's do Rick Astley. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Where are we? That one, Rick Astley. Rick. You should find it. Searching. Rick Astley with a squashy face. He looks like Paul Whitehouse there. Me, the 14th Duke of Wimborne, here. Images. FTM. FTM. All the way. Upside down egghead. Widest in the hairline. Widow's peak. Soft eyes. Long, deep philtrum. Top lip. Cupid's bow. Pink lips. High set ears. Soft, rounded, non-shadow casting jawline. Look. You can say it's got a little bit of shadow. I don't care. It's not a male shadow casting jawline. Rick Astley, biologically a woman, proven by the way she looks. Look. Walking. It's always been this way. Inline footfall, Rick Astley. From Flamingo, separation of the knee. Look at the broken leg and foot. It's pointing out towards 8 o'clock. Reverse, full mince, game over. Game over right there. There's another one here. Is that the same shot? It might be the same shot. It's a woman, final answer. Inline footfall, outward pointing elbows. Big tall blonde dude in the background. Never want to give you up. Look at that leg curving upwards, the front calf. And the curve on the back, of course. Rick Astley, that's an old picture, isn't it, that one? Nope. Apparently, Stock Aitken and Waterman, Pete Waterman, offered Rick Astley a massive deal back in the day, in the 80s, millions, and he turned it down. He said he made £1 million and he backed out. But all of a sudden, in his 50s, she's back, look. She's back in her 50s. She walked away in her 20s with £1 million and came back in her 50s for more. Very female gait, bouncy, springy hips, look. Free martins are sterile. They can't have children, Luke. That's why it all falls apart with me. You'd have loads of women that can't have children because their husbands are jaffers. Because all free martins are born sterile. Do your research on it. It makes no sense. Together forever and ever a day. Rick Astley and his boyfriend. Look at the neck difference. That tiny little Adam's raisin look. There. Do you think she is a clone? Would explain the dead behind the eyes look. The dead behind the eyes look is because... Who's a clone? Rick Astley. She got soft eyes, look. Soft eyes. There's the hard eyes, look. The male gaze. Soft eyes, look. Male gaze. Hard staring eyes. Rick Astley. It's a girl. Final answer. As much as you girls love this voice and this person, it's not real. It's yet another faker from your past, from your teenage years when You didn't know any better. It's like when you've grown, I don't know, 50, 60 years and someone comes out and tries to tell you the truth like this, I think it's much more harder for you to accept it because you've been fooled for so long. If you intervene at a young age, like with Charlie the other day, Charlie, I'm guessing Charlie's about 20 years old. Um, he's a big lad. And when I first walked up to him yesterday and I said, all footballers are women, it's the first thing I said to him. Meeting me as a stranger, and the first thing I say to you is, all footballers are women. Straight away, his response was, as if. And then I said, I can prove it to you. And I pulled out my book, and Jay, who was there, Jay's already seen part of the book before. I sat three of them through it, and in literally 3 minutes, Charlie understood it. Reese was a bit harder to get to see it, but not everybody learns at the same time. Someone told me once, just consider people's personalities like popcorn, their IQ levels. Some people pop quicker than others. And that's what we are. We're the original poppers. We popped first on flat earth, on fake nuclear bombs, fake dinosaurs. We popped first. We understood it was a lie. Not everybody's going to get it. I get that. And not everybody's going to care. I also get that. But if God truly loves the world, and I do believe he does, because John 3:16 says so, he's going to wake up as many people as he possibly can. You might just be the first messenger that your best friend got, or your brother, your sister, whoever it was that you told and ignored you, or doesn't care. They'll get another messenger and another messenger until God's sure that they don't care. Unfortunately, I did care, and it cost me a lot of things. Friendship, work, friends, family. I wouldn't change it though. The compensation for losing all the people that don't care and don't care about me, they pretend to care about me, but they don't. Not the way I care about them. I swapped all of those people for the ultimate carer, God. That's what I did. I swapped them all for God. And it bashes their heads. Why would he choose an imaginary person over me, a living person? Firstly, God's not imaginary. He's imaginary to you. Because you imagine you're descended from chimpanzees and monkeys. You imagine that the world's spinning, but you can't feel it. Can you imagine that? Yeah? These lies. John Lennon said, imagine there's no heaven. And you do. You imagine there's no heaven. You believe in space. You believe in planets and comets. Oh, that reminds me. Right, let's get Rick Astley out of the way. Planets. I'll come back to it. Rick Astley. I've got you on it. I know I have. Back file. Rick A. There it is. Skull checked. Alan Rickman. Rick Allen. Rick. I think that is Rick Astley. It is Rick Astley. Rick Astley. Yeah, it's done. Let me just put Rick Astley up. We got a skull check. And we got the full McCoy right there, Rick Astley with Gates.